Hello my readers, today I want to show you how you can do well on your section for IELTS listening. So today I'll try to explain as simple as possible using this example, and here as you can see that I marked this one already, one word only. If you make more than one word, it's considered incorrect. So let's get started without further ado. So as you can see, we will have 30 seconds before get started. So what you have to pay attention to articles, like articles. Here we have an A here, and we have what comes. For example, it can be adjective, it can be noun. Try to read as much as possible, but while listening, please pay attention. Hold your attention to here, okay? This articles, like pay attention to this, and realize the noise is okay, and the effect on okay. So the R in there. So right. Anyway, so I'll play the audio and I'll try to follow as much as possible, and I'll show the way during listening process. Okay, so get started.
This lecture will be about the science of acoustics, the study of sound in relation to urban environments such as cities. As an acoustic engineer myself, I think this is an area where we're likely to see great changes. In the past, researching urban soundscapes was simple. We measured levels of sound in decibels. So I used to take my sound meter and I measured the noise somewhere. And then I might ask a sample of people to say at what level the sound became annoying. With data like this...
So as you can see, while I'm listening, I'm trying to follow what she's saying, and I'm trying to mark as well. So it helps me where I am currently, so that's why I'm marking it once.
Acoustic engineers have been able to build up what we call noise maps,
here.
Maps of the sound environment.
Right.
But actually, these aren't a lot of use. What they do show is that the highest noise levels are generally on roads. Well, that's not really very surprising. But there's quite a lot going on that these maps don't show, because they can't capture the complex way that sound varies over time. So they ignore important issues such as the noise someone might hear from the open windows or gardens of their neighbors.
So,
and this sort of...
I'll pause the video, and as you can see that considering about when they open the noise coming from their neighbor's garden, so the answer is going to be gardens. So I paused the video, but if it was a real exam, I wouldn't be able to do so. But here I paused it for demonstration purposes, and while listening, we will not have a time. So I'm just showing you.
This can be quite significant in summer. We don't have any databases on this sort of information. As well as that, these records of sound levels take no account of the fact that people vary in their perceptions of noise. So someone like me with years of working in acoustics might be very different from you in that regard. But anyway, even though these noise maps are fairly crude, they've been useful in providing information and raising awareness that noise matters. We need to deal with it, and so it's a political matter. And that's important. We need rules and regulations.
I want to pause because the speaker said that the political matter instead of issue. The speaker said matter. So just a synonym play, this we can say that the political matter, political issue is the same thing. Political. We have adjective here. Or mark this one. Political. Now we have here political. Sorry about this. I put it a little bit higher here. Now it's incorrect place. So political. Okay, don't make a mistake.
Because noise can cause all sorts of problems. Those of you who are city dwellers know that things go on 24 hours a day, so city dwellers often suffer from interrupted sleep. It's also known that noise can lead to a rise in levels of stress due to physical changes in the body affecting the composition of the blood. And there are other problems as well. For instance, if school children don't have a quiet place to study, their work will suffer. Now, one problem with decibel measurement...
Okay, I just paused the video again. Just as you could hear that the speaker said that if they don't have a quiet place, they will have a hard time to study. So the answer is going to be study. Here is a noun. We have a z. We have article d here, so it implies with this one. Okay, so I'll play it again.
That it doesn't differentiate between different types of noise. Some types of sounds that most people would probably think of as nice and relaxing might well score quite highly in decibel levels. Think of the sound made by a fountain in a town square, for example. That's not necessarily something that we'd want to control or reduce.
So the answer is fountain here, that people find it a pleasant noise, so this matches correctly in a town. Okay.
So maybe researchers should consider these sorts of sounds in urban design. This is going to be tricky, because just measuring decibel levels isn't going to help us here. Instead, many researchers are using social science techniques, studying people's emotional response to sound by using questionnaires and so on.
So the speaker says the social science matches here. I correctly wrote this one, social science. So here is the social science. I'll try to do the rest.
So what exactly do people want to hear?
I'll try to do the rest without stopping, because I believe that I already showed the simple technique that you can follow, and now for the rest you can just watch and absorb, learn what I'm doing and implement it on your work.
Urban environment. Some recent interdisciplinary research has come out with results that at first sight seem contradictory. A city needs to have a sense of activity, so it needs to be lively, with sounds like the clack of high heels on a pavement or the hiss of a coffee machine. But these mustn't be too intrusive, because at the same time, we need to be able to relax. One of the major problems in achieving this will be getting architects and town planners to use the research. Apart from studying the basics of acoustics, these people receive very little training in this area. But in fact, they should be regarding sound as an opportunity to add to the experience of urban living, whereas at present, they tend to see it as something to be avoided or reduced as far as possible, or something that's just a job for engineers, like the street drainage system. What's needed is for noise in cities to be regarded as an aesthetic quality, as something that has the qualities of an art form. If we acknowledge this, then we urgently need to know what governs it and how designers can work with it. We need to develop a complex understanding of many factors. What is the relationship between sound and culture? What can we learn from disciplines such as psychology about the way that sound interacts with human development and social relationships, and the way that sound affects our thoughts and feelings? Can we learn anything from physics about the nature of sound itself? Today's powerful technologies can also help us. To show us their ideas and help us to imagine the effect their buildings will have, architects and town planners already use virtual reality, but these programs are silent. In the future, such programs could use realistic sounds, meaning that soundscapes could be explored before being built. So hopefully, using the best technology we can lay our hands on, the city of the future will be a pleasure to the ears as well as the eyes.
Okay, this is the end that we have done this one. So I'll pause the video and I'll check the answers and I'll get back to you. I hope we found all the answers correct. And if we made a mistake, I'll show you how to improve that mistakes easily. Okay, so okay, as you can see, we found 10 out of 10 here. If you have made any mistakes, please pay attention. Whether you made a spelling mistake, or you heard something wrong, and pay attention to it and work on it. For example, if you don't know the words, please use multiple color pen, and here I marked them green. If I don't know any word, I'll mark them with a blue one or any kind for your own benefit. Like for example, I know this word, but for the sake of this video, I'm marking this one like If I don't know this word, I'm gonna mark this one, I'm gonna translate it, and I'm gonna learn it for a while. So then let's say we don't know this word as well, just mark them. Okay, it really helps you. And then try to understand use the script of this video, and try to find synonyms as much as possible, because one word can be in different meanings. For example, we have here issue, but she said matter instead of this one. That's why it's helpful for you to use synonyms and to improve your vocabulary as well. So we found a 10 out of 10. If you have any questions, you can leave in the comments. I will be more than glad to answer your any questions. I would be really glad if you subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a nice day.